Hello? Can you hear me? Nice. Welcome back. Hmm. Oh, you want to quickly see what I'm working on right now? As long as it doesn't crash. Very cute looking space game. Yeah. Well, you've made a game before. Did you use visual code or was it an actual programming language? The only programming language I know how to use is the one specific for this game engine. C sharp. Yeah. Pretty sure that's a very common one, but I don't know how to code in it. I'm assuming you made your game in Unity? I think you might have mentioned that before. Hmm. Right now, I've kind of I'd like to procedurally generate an entire universe with procedurally generated planets that you can fly your ship to and dig into to find resources. I'm trying to figure out right now how I'm gonna make an entire procedurally generated universe with a bunch of planets and make the game not lag too much. Still waiting for me to test what your game. Oh, well, I was gonna go and test it, but it required me to download it, and I don't trust downloading things because it could be a Trojan. No offense. If the game was playable in the browser, I'd be fine with it. This little character I made looks suspiciously like the Among Us characters, but uh, it won't stay the same. I promise. Hmm. Why do you gotta watch three streams at the same time? I don't understand why you're watching three streams at the same time. And also, are you commenting in all of or leaving chats in all of the streams? That seems overwhelming. How the heck am I gonna do this? Only have this open. Why are you multitasking so much? Get some help. That doesn't sound healthy. You're flooding your brain with dopamine. Well, just try some stuff, and when my game breaks, I'll try something else. The sweet dopamine. Yeah. My favorite. Just gonna try. Can make that equal to, I'll make it, well, okay, if the map size is 100, I'm gonna start off making it 10, just 10 chunks, so it's manageable. And I will make, because that means there's gonna be 100 chunks. I could put a total of 10. I'll put a total of 25. A quarter of the chunks are gonna have a planet in it. Just to see if it works. And then well, actually, on the planet code, I have him generate on the planet code. So all I need to do, I'll keep it simplified and keep the, yeah, for now, keep the planet code in the planet script. I'll just use this to determine the location. Planets.append. You gotta make sure they don't take up the same space. No, I'm not gonna play games today. Honestly, I wasn't a super big fan of playing Subnautica the other day either. I was gonna play it yesterday, but I decided to switch up my stream schedule. I'm not a super big fan at the moment of streaming and just playing games. I'm more interested in coding at the moment. I'll probably burn myself out and decide to play a game at some point. But for now, I'm just coding. I am looking forward to playing the new Assassin's Creed game, which is coming out in a few days, I think. But we'll see if I decide to actually play it or not. empathy. I gotta figure out a way to make sure no planets spawn on top of each other. I could iterate through every single chunk, but if the chunk size, if the amount of chunks gets to be a whole lot, then iterating over every single one could be costly. So I don't want to have to do that. Append. I feel stuck right now. Because, you know, eventually I'm going to want to be able to save a bunch of data in all the planets around the universe. So that way, you know, when you move away from them, they'll despawn. When you get close to them, they'll respawn with how they were before. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Maybe I'm looking too far ahead and I should start simple, but I'm kind of overwhelming my brain. It doesn't help that I'm not a programmer. A smarter man could do this a lot easier. Alright. For PN planet count, spawn a planet. The planets generate on their own, so I'm gonna just spawn them at a... I'm gonna start append. Wrong. I don't start up there. I have to go our chords, which is gonna be a vector 2i. Vector 2i. Randi range. Map size. Minus, wait, no, half. Randi range, it's gonna have to be negative map size divided by 2. And this is for x, so map size divided by 2. Map size divided by 2. What's wrong? Expect at least 2, but receives 1. Did I not? Still an issue? Because of this. Alright. Now, if it's dot has chords, so instead of doing planets, I'm actually gonna get planet chords. Planets chords. Planets count, planets count. If planet chords has chords, Then and I rerun the code. There's got to be a better way of coding this then. While oh, what did I type in? While planets chords has chords. I think. Whoop, wrong. Can just redo that. Whoa. Oh, that's why. And now I'm assuming this makes sure no planet will spawn on top of the other. And then once that's done looping, it shouldn't loop for infinity because there's a limit to the planet count. Well, so long as the planet's count is lower than the map size squared, which it is, I should be fine. Planet chords dot append chords. Not only that, but I've also got two. This is just data. Do this. No, it does this. Once this code is done, I have the locations of every single planet that's going to be in the game. Once that's done, I want... Ooh. To be able to spawn them in. Now, how do I do that? Let's see. Oh. Yeah. Does the global stuff run first? Well, I can test it. If I go to my... I don't even have a script for the void. That looks right. Count. Oh, no, size. Size should be 25. And it is. All right, so the global script runs first, so that means in the void, what I can do is, this is gonna make the game real laggy at the start, but I'm just testing it out to see if all of them will spawn in. 4p in global universe dot planets chords dot size dot size. Yeah, we'll do size here. What I'm gonna want to do is reload. Planet equals planet preload dot instantiate planet. Oh, that's not a variable. Dot global. Oh no, global position. Well, this is gonna be relative. Okay, the void stays it. All right, this should be fine. Position equals planet chords. Yeah, dot planet chords p equals chords p. And no, multiply by global. That would have been bunched chunk size. Maybe this will do it. Before I do that, I'm gonna want to get rid of this guy. And I'm inside of one. Well, I know what, at least one spawned. I'm gonna make my camera zoom way out. Ooh. That is very far. Let's see. Well, it didn't lag as much as I thought it was gonna. And a bunch of planets spawned. Weird thing happened though, because their textures are off. Can mine into these guys. I'm gonna zoom back in. Ah. There we go. Should find planets all over. Bonk. Can dig into it and it's well, this guy's texture seems alright. What about the other ones though? Zoom. I should find one. Maybe not over there. Position. Oh. Oh yeah, no, that should be fine. Because I set it to be going to the negatives first. Well, this seems fine too, the texture. I think it was just because I was zoomed out that it was glitched. Maybe. These guys are right next to each other. Alright, his texture is a little weird here. Yeah, and it's changing once I interact with a chunk. I'm not sure why. My code isn't ideal, I guess. But it kind of works. Didn't lag up my game as much as I thought it was gonna. Yeah, and it's constantly reminding me that this is an integer, and if I divide integers, I might lose some data, but I'm not gonna because it's an even number. Map size, well, it could be an odd number. I'd better have this afloat, but wait a second. Let's add chords. What do I use chords for? Oh, no. It has to be an even number. So that way, because it goes into the negatives. Maybe that's short-sighted. It's fine. They have negative positions for a reason. These are just coordinates, but what happens when I despawn? I can't trust anyone. Witness and see it in my eyes. Alright. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just goofing off right now. No. Yeah, I'm not gonna fix the texture issue yet because I'm probably gonna change that code dramatically at some point. Anyways. Oop. What'd I click? I think I cleared it all. What I do? Close all. Okay. I'm safe. question. What if I make these real small? Like, this. Or this. Some of them should, well, a lot of them should overlap. Then I just kind of want to see that happen. I can't even laser my way through it. Hmm. What do I do? Ooh. Generate caves. Is something. No, wait a second. First. Gravity.
Hmm. What is this? Let's try to add this. Oh. Mm. Distance 2. That's what you're right. What I was doing. Not this. plus that dot so it's a vector 2 normalized. This basically just gives me the direction, and then I get to multiply it by the weight. I have no idea how much this is going to pull me, but and then once this is over, it does this every frame over 25 planets. We'll see what happens. No. Velocity plus equals. No. Velocity equals. Velocity equals itself plus collective pull. That's the same thing. Collective pull. Well, I'll see what happens. I crash. Vector 2 and vector 2 ion operator plus this planet coords P. Boom. Multiplied by universe chunk size. Not only that, but this is a vector 2 ion. It needs to be. The chunk size is not. Let me look at. No, it is an integer. Vector 2 from vector 2. I can do that. See what happens now. And it starts really like see. Oh boy, the texture is messed up there. Really wants to pull me in this direction. What happens if I stop myself? What direction does it like want to pull me in? Wants to pull me in this direction. Well, I think I did something wrong. Because there's no planet over here. As far as I can tell. Thought there might be. Excuse me. good stuff. Normalized times weight, which means the closest planet should have the most weight. I should get sucked mostly towards the closest planet. Distance to, I'm gonna make this 100, and I'm gonna get shot somewhere. Well, not this time, because there was no close by planet. I want to see what happens. What the heck? Maybe I got shot somewhere. Probably spawned inside of a planet and glitched me to the edge of the universe. Well, I'm going down. That looks like it's the closest planet. I don't know why I wasn't getting sucked towards it the most. And I think plus collective pull. I think the issue might be caused because this piece of code is wrong. How was I gonna do this then? So velocity equals that times that, yada yada yada. Rotated rotation, direction, no, times speed. Velocity plus equals, well. Plus equals, okay, it doesn't just equal. So even when that value is 0, I maintain. So, velocity equals that. Oh, well, velocity equals. Velocity plus equals that. Velocity equals. Velocity stays the same, it keeps moving. I want that. I'm probably an idiot right now. The only way I can think of doing this is if I save the previous collective pull, I subtract it from velocity, and then add the new collective pull. So instead of this, I'm gonna have it change every time. I'm gonna do this here. Collective pull. I'm gonna make it here. which is a vector 2. Down here, I don't need to define it. Equals 0 right there, but what I do is, well, before then, I just make this variable old pull equals collective pull before it gets shot to 0 and then redone. Now, after this is done, I can do velocity plus equals the quantity collective pull minus old pull. And then we call move and slide and see what happens. I'm holding very still, but I'm moving. I saw a movement. Very subtle movement. In this direction. Doesn't look like there's a planet nearby, except for this guy. Alright, he's nearby now, but what if I hold myself very still? I'm moving away from it. Price old collectible. What's new? Oh. Okay, well. I don't think that did anything, but should do that so it's not calculating weird. Where was I? Here. Wait. Pull. It's basically the same value then, well, it cancels out and it's what I've got there is 0. 0. So does that not do it? Am I an idiot? Possibly. I want velocity to just equal collective pull plus itself, of course, it has to be to maintain the speed induced by other things. But I don't want the collective pull to stack. Nice old pull. Maybe what I do after I call move and slide, I change velocity. Subtract collective pull. After. Oh, this might make sense. Okay, plus equals collective pull. Fine. Velocity minus equals collective pull. Oh, it starts over as if it didn't take this at all. So this won't stack. I don't have to do this. Old pull equals collective pull. Well, let's see. And I'm holding very still. And I'm going, wait. Doesn't look like I'm going in the correct direction. You know what? With velocity. Very low, and it increases. It's very low again now. Essentially stopped. This number is increasing. 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not at a very good pace though. Maybe this. Oh wow, there's a planet. That's what I was looking for. That's poor timing. And I don't know what's causing that. I'm assuming it's because I'm spawning inside of a planet. Well, I'm going upwards and to the right. So I'm assuming that's the closest planet. Now I want to see what happens when I slow myself down drastically. Oh, wait a second. If I manually slow myself down. To 0. Then move and slide. So I'm manually basically canceling out the pull of gravity. I call move and slide. Then I subtract collective pull. That mitigates the addition of collective pull I get the next time around. So I'm screwing myself over again, I think. Like if I go over here, bonk, right? Oh, space. Press space. And I'm not being pulled anywhere. I think this won't work either. Yeah, I should have started getting pulled that direction. I did not. So there's an issue. Again, and I can't solve it for some reason. Maybe it's right to just have velocity plus equal collectible. Doesn't seem right to me. Especially for something like this. Why? Is it taking me away from the planets I'm close to? It doesn't seem right. Alright. Instead of that, void 4p, okay. In yada yada yada. Planet chords dot size. What if I choose to have it? The size just 1. It's pulling me in a certain direction. Upwards. I stopped myself and now it's pulling me again. At least that happens. But is there a planet up here? And also, seems to go in the same direction no matter. Ah, the planet is up here. But see, here's a problem. Why am I going up this way? Now, the planet is there. Odd. Odd, very odd. Collectible. Bada. Set it to 0 every time. And I add it to rotation velocity. Size it should call this only once. Weight equals that times distance 2. Watts. Plus equals global position plus vector 2. Those normalized. Normalized. Now that should be right. It's this, oh, wait a second. Oh yeah, no, I'm doing this right. Yeah, these are contained. I thought maybe they weren't. So it's normalizing the, that after the addition. Then I multiply it by weight. That's what I want. Multiply it by weight, which at a maximum is 100 if you're at the core. Distance to global universe dot planets. Chord p times global universe dot chunk size. So those are the positions that they were set at. Right? Chunk size. I spawned them in. It's the exact same thing. Their position is set to that. That's before they spawn in, and they spawn in from from as a child of something at 0.0 globally anyways, so there should be no confusion with that. Their global coordinates are exactly what they should be. But I'm gonna test this out. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. Planet dot global position equals that. Let's see what happens. Get sucked to the planet. And for some reason, even though I set my velocity, when I press space, I set my velocity to 0. So any velocity added is induced by something. I'm getting sucked in this direction. What am I doing wrong? Maybe. Player, my global position. Yeah, it's just a direction there. Astronaut. Global position. Okay, collective pull. Global position, not distance to. Also, when I get closer, I should be moving faster. It doesn't seem like that's happening either. But global position, this is for the astronaut, and the astronaut's global position is changing, right? Maybe this is wrong. Global position plus. Is there a direction to that will return? Because I feel like just adding, I could be wrong. Adding the vector 2 to the global position, my position, adding a coordinate should point in that direction, right? No. Maybe not. Direction 2. Direction 2 returns the normalized vector pointing, and it returns a vector 2 equivalent. This is equivalent to using b minus a dot normalized. So my brain did a goof. I did global position plus vector 2. Why'd I do that? Well, I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it, it feels wrong. For some reason, it felt right before. This feels wrong, but I'm gonna use global position, not direction 2. Direction 2. And then I shove this mess in here. Close this all off. And I can, oh, direction 2, I don't, oh yeah, I do want to normalize that. No, wait, I don't want to normalize it. That won't change a thing. What is this in closing? So global position dot direction 2, and within this I have all of that, which is the same thing multiplied by the weight here. Now this is just distance 2. Exactly what it needs to be, I believe. Velocity plus equals collective pull. And so let's see what happens. and I go in this direction, I'm gonna just wait it out and see what happens. I pick up the speed. I made many errors trying to figure this out, and now, alright, what happens when I stop? Starts pulling me to the center, and wouldn't you know it, I'm picking up pace a lot faster because I'm closer, which is what it needs to be. Now, the fall off needs to be a lot greater. Distance to, that's what I got, distance squared to. Instead, returns the squared distance between this vector and 2. The method runs this method runs faster than distance 2, so prefer it if you need to compare vectors or need the squared distance for some formula. That's interesting. Anyways, let's try it out and see what happens. And right now I'm not moving, but and the problem with that is I don't know where the planet is. So what I want to do is print the location of the planet so I can move in that general direction. Where do I print that though? Planet.global position equals print global. And, well, I think I can move that. Planet.global position. Alright. Negative that. That's way up here. More so in the Y direction. I just keep going. Boom. Well, I am moving closer to it. So, seems like the weight needs to be higher. I'm gonna bump it way up. And look at that. Oh wow. Direct at that corner. I'm getting pulled to it. If I move a bit closer. Still getting pulled to it. It seems like it's just as slow. Oh well, now I can't tell. I shouldn't have done that. Or if I could make myself orbit. Ooh. Nope. I reached escape velocity. there's a... gravity calculation. I need distance squared 2. Well, I don't. Well, I'd rather just do distance 2. Woo. Oh. Well, this is awkward. Looks like there's 3 lasers. All right. That's too much. Why does it spawn there? Why does this keep spawning in the corners? I can add back the other planets now, I think. I probably will remove them another time, but with a single variable, all the code kind of works together, and that's nice. Well, now I'm stuck with this planet. I don't have the power to escape. Ooh, oh, stop. All right. What happens when I make it to the center? Whoop. Was this fun? I don't know how to escape. Oh, what's going on now? Come on. No, okay, I'm not even. I'm not gonna do that. Most who claim I live a lie. Pointing out it's easy to predict these things. What do I print here? Well, I don't need that no more. And also, that gravity is way too much. There's adjustments I'm gonna have to make. That's not how you code gravity, real gravity, I don't think. All the loaded ones. What if I did that? Because if they're not loaded, then I don't care about their gravity. Well, I could care about their gravity, but I don't. I don't think I will. I'll have to adjust a few things. Most certainly. That's a terrible thought. Terrifying thought. Oh, what did I do that for? I didn't even make any changes. Now what do I do? Well, I do kind of want to see what happens if I make the planets look different. That might be interesting. Well, I just lost the motivation to do so. Because it feels pointless. Like a wasted time. This would be a more valid use of my time. I think. To calculate gravitation. Okay. Gravity times the mass times the mass. R is the distance between the centers of the two objects. Divided by R squared. What? Oh, between. Okay, that makes sense. Distance squared. Well, divided by distance squared. So what I want is, where am I? Here am I. I need F equals, and F is the, what I'm defining as weight. But I should probably just call it force. Force. There we go. Now, what I get to do. Distance squared to. Distance squared. Look at that. It's actually a faster calculation, apparently. And I get to, see, that's nothing but distance, and that's what I want. Oh, the mass of both objects. Gravitational constant. This is how. Weight. Well, I don't really need that. I can do, well, there is a thing called gravity. Right, get gravity. Get to gravity, which is here somewhere. Where is it? Physics common 2D default gravity. Pick, oh man. Default gravity vector. That. Oh, what is gravity? What does it return? It's a vector 2. Oh. I don't want a vector 2. I want just an integer or a float. What is the value? It is weighted to y. So what I can just do is get gravity.y. Where am I? Get gravity.y. That's all I need. It's basically going to be the same. So maybe I did get it right. Well, it's basically not going to be the same. It's basically going to be me making a fool of myself for thinking that. Get gravity. It's supposed to returns a gravity vector. Here, 2D nodes and whoa, what? Global world. Oh yeah, global world gravity. It's supposed to be. What does it return? Almost 1,000, right? Maybe not. Print get gravity. Gravity. Is it gonna be? That's odd. .y. I typed in .y. It's 980. I was using 1,000. That's not much of a difference. Oh, because I'm using distance squared too. That's right. Get gravity.y, and I multiply that by the weight of the things, of the objects. Now, I don't have it coded so that way the planets have. Oh, wait. Actually, planet, let's take a look at this. Remove the issue. When they... Oh, var planet size. What if I wanted to save this value instead? No. No. Wait a second. Yes. Very much. So, yes, because what I can do is have a variable called planet area, which is in a float. It's a float, and when I determine planet size, I can calculate it. Should just be planet area equals planet size divided by 2 pi r squared. So this is r then. Square SQR power, that's what it is, power. So the base and then the exponent, which is going to be 2 pi times r squared. I think that's it. And now I've got planet area, the area of it, and that's just the size. What does it come out to, though? Generally speaking, we'll see. I'm gonna assume I weigh almost nothing. They're all just multiplied together. Gravity multiplied by... Now, what is it? The planet... I'm just getting the coordinates. Hello. How's it going? I'm doing pretty well. Myself. I'm assuming WBY means what about you? And I'm doing fine, thank you. I'm trying to find out how to code gravity. But because I'm an idiot, I don't know how to do that. Like, this guy's barely pulling me. Should be pulling me a lot more. Now, how am I going to retrieve the weight of the planet? Because their value is only accessible from this guy. And I'm not even accessing the planet. Now, how can I access the planet? I don't have a... What would be nice if I had an array of all the planets. But I don't. I don't do that. Maybe I should. Void, I just add them. And within the void, I got space texture. I should put that on the astronaut. Eventually I'll do some parallax background, but I don't know how to do that yet. But I could iterate over all. Wait a second. I could put all the planets in a group and just get all the planets in the group. Wonder. Get nodes in group. Well, GDScript is designed specifically for Godot, and so it's integrated a lot better for Godot. And also for me, I don't know how to code in any other language, so I just use GDScript. C# isn't even an option for me, unless I decided to learn it. Returns an array of all the nodes inside the tree that have been added to the group. So this should exclude the ones that are just loaded in an array because they're not in the tree. All right, so that should be fine. Why'd my sounds turn off? Thank you for the follow. Feels great. Yeah, I just use GDScript. And well, my programming experience is limited to just Godot. I learned how to code in this engine specifically, and I don't know how to code anything outside of it. So I'm kind of stuck with it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to code in Unity or Unreal unless I really decided to learn those programming languages, which I think Unreal uses C++ and Unity uses C# mostly. So, and I don't really care to learn them, at least not right now. So I could call that. It would just take the gravity off all the planets that are actually loaded in. Ba-dum-ba-dum. Instead of iterating over all of those, I could get the yeah. Because right now what I do... Yeah. But Unreal uses visual scripting, which is pretty cool. I've done a little bit of visual scripting in Scratch because it's kind of fun to code in Scratch. So I know kind of how that stuff works. And also Blender, I think it's considered visual scripting when I'm making shaders. You have to drag the nodes to different points. It's kind of fun. But I think generally it's a lot better to code using a typed language. At least that's what I've heard. So 4p in global universe.planets chords.size. Now what I'm gonna do, planet, this guy can be added to the group. A new group, brand new. The planet isn't even in the group. The chunks are in the group. Destructible. Planet. needs to be added to a group. A new group. Planet. Make it global. And that should be all I need to do until I do this for P in get nodes in group. Oh, I wonder if I do tree.get nodes in group. Get nodes in, I'm assuming it's tree. Get tree, get nodes in group. Planet. If node is in group, yeah, that's right, because I didn't use this before. Get tree, get nodes in group. Tried building games in Godot and Unity. The code was good, but the game design was screwed. What do you mean game design? Like the game you made or the interaction you had with the engines? Because I've grown to be quite fond of the way I interact with Godot. Yeah, for P and get tree, get nodes in group planet. I made dark time, shall we say. You made ... dark time, shall we say. That's what I'm reading right now, and I don't understand what that means. My apologies. Coffee. Oh, that's rude. I said no too. Wow. You guys can bicker in the chat. I'll get back to coding. Alright. 4P and get tree, get nodes in group planet. Now, instead, this should still return. We'll do this 25 times. Because there's only 25 nodes in the group of planet. But instead, here, what I'm going to do, P is now, ooh, no, that's going to break. P is a node. It's the planet node. What I can do is just get its position. P, and of course, P, wrong. Just P dot get position. Global position. P dot global position. Distance to, that should be the exact same thing as what I had before. Chunk size. Now that, no, I don't need to multiply that by chunk size. It's already taken that into account. So here, collective pull, or is equal to that, collective pulling. Instead of this, I can do the same exact thing. P dot global position. I don't even need to do the vector 2 thing. P dot global position. Mindstop is very judgmental. Don't take their words too seriously. Okay, well. Change the code. If my game crashes, then I know I've done something wrong, and it didn't crash, so that means I've done absolutely everything right. That's always what it means. But now that I've got a reference to the planet, what was I even gonna do? Now I don't remember. Oh. Because I've got in the planet, I've got a variable planet area. Planet area is essentially just gonna be my weight. For now, at least. So what I can do is get p.planet area. No. Multiply. And then I can also multiply that, but I'm just gonna say 2. No, I'm gonna multiply it by 1. It doesn't do a thing, but it's that 1 represents the weight of my character. I'm very light. Uh-oh. I think that happens when a planet spawns on top of me, and it's happened twice in a row now. Help me to turn my attention on me. So empty just as I was before. Let me exhale, concession to hell. We're slowly embracing the sky. I'm curving now. Because I'm getting closer to a planet. That looks nice. Alright. I have enough power to kind of get away. Gravity seems to be working alright. Except for the fact that when I reach this thing, I need to make sure velocity doesn't change when I'm touching a planet. Uh-oh. I've had one of these before. Yes. Very cheap. I could buy you. Well, it looks right. As far as I got. Now what I would like to do is give myself gravity kind of. Okay, well, I want to see what happens when I move to a different planet. Is the gravity a little dynamic? Ugh. I need to make my character not be in the center of where a planet's gonna spawn. Oh. This should take me in the direction of the closest planet. Alright, so. Being pulled to that guy. Now what happens if I move away and find another planet? I get pulled to the other planet. Look at that. How dynamic and realistic.
Hmm. I've never used Mac. Actually, no, I have used Mac. My brother has a Mac. We used to go to school together, and I always used Windows. He used Mac, and every time I had to, well, use his computer to cheat for him, uh, I didn't like it. I didn't like interacting with Mac. I much prefer Windows. I've heard it seems like Windows is trying to be more like Mac though. And I'm still using Windows 10 because my computer can't use Windows 11. It won't let me update it, which is sad. I think they're going to start charging money for people to use Windows 10 as well. I don't know when that's happening, and I don't know if it'll affect me. But we shall see. Linux? Yeah, I've tried using Linux and I messed up my computer because I'm not very smart. I'm not a very technical person. I don't know computers very well. So I switched back to Windows. I get caught up in the conversation and then I forget what I was doing. I was gonna add boots to my character. A bottom part. So that way I can walk on the surface of planets nicely. And I think I do that. I'll do that with an area 2D. Oh, you're a sweetheart. Yeah, GDScript is pretty similar to Python. I've I did say earlier that this is basically all the coding I've ever done has been in Godot. I did learn a little bit of Python before because I heard it was similar to GDScript. So I was like, I'll start off with that because there's apparently good courses on it. So I took one real quick. But since then, I've forgotten how to use Python. I don't know. I don't know where to go to get started with all of that anymore. You made a trailer for your game? You didn't tell me that before. Am I going to be able to find it if I look for it? How could you forget? Wait. What's it called? Just Late You Will Be trailer?
Maybe Fortnite's just in your algorithm. Late you will be trailer. Ew. I'm assuming you go by the same username in YouTube, and I found a little video. Oh, this has got to be it. Let me turn on the desktop audio. Tell me if this sounds bad. Oh, I don't even have my sound on. Maybe the game doesn't have sound. Well, that looked interesting. Looked spooky. I need collision. I've been using collision polygons for everything. Might as well stay consistent. I want the area 2D to be moved down here. Pretty sure it costs $100 to put a game on Steam, doesn't it? Yeah. Even free games, I think. Though I could be mistaken. Hello? Okay, so these destructible. That's important. Because they're not considered a planet. And if they were, I would be screwing up a bunch of code. So I need to... Oh! A new follower! Wish I could be more excited, or look more excited. I'm not a super expressive person, I'm sorry. But thank you very much. And another. This is crazy. Why, hello. Welcome to the chat. Not a lot of very productive activities going on right now. All right. I need. Just gonna call these feet. Collision polygon. I'm just gonna call that hit box. Now, feet need to be collision group. They are a player. Not really. They detect planet and rocket. This stuff needs to be. All right. Oh, that's interesting. If I take the time to read the names. Not RTER. There's supposedly 4 viewers, but I feel like it's only 3 people here. Because somebody has a suspiciously similar name to Lord Farquaad. Yeah. The imposter knows what I'm talking about. I can't focus. Well. That's what I'm saying. Dancing in the wind as roses born again. There you'll find me before the dawn of man. Castles made of sand. Alright, this needs to be done. I got some weird code up in here. Velocity equals direction, speed. And yes, that makes sense. Normalized, rotated by the rotation. But now, I wonder, this can't be done when I'm walking on a surface of a planet. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to buy it. Yes, take the risk. How much money would you spend for a joke? Alright, well, this stuff needs to be called if I'm floating in space. Now, do I make a variable for that? I don't know. For now, I'm gonna check if feet dot. Well, actually, I don't know the methods here. Get overlapping areas. Get overlapping bodies. Overlaps body. Body problem with that. Body. That's a body as well. Go check both of them. Okay, if it overlaps body. Body. Nope. It has overlapping bodies. That's right. If it has overlapping bodies. Laser. Didn't mean to type that. Then, well, now I gotta check another thing. If feet dot get overlapping bodies. Nope. Or feet in. What am I doing right now? Or be in feet get get overlapping bodies. You know, if you make I'm pretty sure if you make $100 from your game, you get your $100 back from Steam. It's just a bet, you know? Well, yeah, they take a certain percentage of, well, I think it's like 30% of all you earn on Steam goes to Steam. I'm not sure if that's revenue or that's probably just revenue, not profit. But, or maybe not. I think it's something like 30% of some amount you earn goes to Steam. But if you're able to make $100, you get your money back. Lower than 30%? Well, I don't know. I haven't done the research that I should have done. Excuse me. For being feet. Feet. Yeah, feet. Get overlapping bodies. If I'm just gonna do body. If body dot is in group planet, then what I need to get is, now here's a weird thing. I might not want to use area. I might want to use instead, well, I might use the area, but I might prefer using a raycast. Ooh, shape cast is probably ideal for this. Probably. Oh no, bye bye. See you some other time, hopefully. Shapecast. This guy is going a long way. Why is it so thin? Xcode cannot interact with other objects unless shape 2D is assigned. Here we go. Oh, well, I thought that was the, okay. But it needs to be line segment, rectangle. 2D from any collider. That's weird. I don't understand what that means. I'm gonna say rectangle. Interesting stuff. This guy can change here a bit. I'll make you 16. Width of 16. Now I'm gonna remove this guy. Shapecast. Only. I get to customize the amount of segments, don't I? 1. So they're very thin here. Oh, that's determined by that. Mm-hmm. Why? Why do that? Come on. Margin, max radius, collision mask. It needs to detect them things. I'll call this feet. The reason I want to use this is because it has one thing I don't think the other thing has, the area method. Ow! What the heck is wrong with my foot? Get collision, get collider, get collision point, and normal. I think the normal returns the normal index of the intersecting object. Index. Right, so I think that'll be useful. So, feet. Now I need to change this because that's not an area 2D. That is a shape cast. You dingus. You guys are getting awfully quiet. I'm worried for your mental health. I'm worried for mine too. Isn't group planet? Body.feet. Get overlapping bodies. Does it even have this? Feet. I've got this open. I can get. Get overlapping bodies. It doesn't have that function. So why isn't it giving me an error? Well, I don't know. In feet dot. Okay, so I start off here. Feet dot. If feet dot has is colliding. There we go. Is colliding. Returns is where's that? Turns whether any object is intersecting the shape's vector considering the vector length. And now I do for body in feet dot get collider. Get collider. Now this returns an object. So I don't need to run a for loop. It's just gonna intersect one thing. Yeah, and it should only be able to detect things that I want it to detect, and so this should work on its own. For body in. Instead of this, I do if it is colliding body get bar body equals feet dot get collider index. It requires an index. Now so it could be colliding with multiple things. Problem. I don't know what index it's gonna be. So, to find out how to determine the index. Collide with bodies only. So no index. I'm gonna have to just do index 1 now. Is get collider is collide is what I'm looking for now. I think the first in the vector is, or the index is 0, so it's gonna be 0 if this is true. So this should be a safe number to use no matter what. Body equals feet. To get collider 0. Now, do I actually want this? Instead, I could get the position of get collision point. This is what I care about more, I think. Get the collision point. Point equals get collision point. Oh, wait a second. Because there could be multiple. Because my heels are hurting. What I need to do is get collision point there, but I need to check if it's in a certain group, a planet group, or that's true. is colliding. Sure. Well, now, or B in I in feed dot get collision count. Get collision count. Well, now I have to check if feed dot get feed. I can't type right now. Get collider with an index of I dot is in group. Because get collider returns the object. Come on. So that's something I can call. I don't know why I didn't autocomplete. Is in group planet. Then what I can do is can I click return? I can't. That's not how it works. How do I end the for loop? Stop. There should be a way to end a for loop, right? Break. Huh. Break. Nice. All right, so that should end the for loop. If feet, get collider, isn't group planet, boom. Well, now I have our point equals feet. Wrong. I need a set point. Well, do I? I can probably just run all the code here. And this code is going to continue. That's what I need it to be. Point, feed, get, collision point, 0. Now I have that. And rotation equals warp F from rotation to load. The problem is I don't know what I should rotate to. vector 2. How do I convert a vector 2 to just a rotation? String to float? No. String name? Nope. Float. Oh wait, what am I doing? It's it. Yeah, float. I want it to be in a radian. Angle. Here we go. Oh. What am I doing? Present space. Respect to positive x-axis. For example, yada yada yada. Well, it should be normal anyways. Well, I might have to rotate that. I don't know what the normal is. That'd just be rotating it by pi over 4 or something. Negative pi over 4. No, rotation equals that. No. Under rotation turns into that, but now I also want to see what happens. Nothing. Wouldn't you know it? And I think I know why. It's because if feet.getCollider is in group planet or feet.getCollider I that is in group destructible. It's important because those guys don't have a collision shape. Their collision comes from their chunks, which are in the group destructible. So now I test. Oh. And it's wrong, but almost right. Angle. Oh, that's weird. Get collision normal. Angle. And, dot rotated. Rotated. Oh, no, no, no. Base float, you can't do that. All I gotta do is do add pi or 4. Pi over 4. Pi over, oh, pi over 2. That was 45 degrees. I wanted it to be 90. Up. And it's being weird. Look at that. Oh, it works sometimes. Well, I'm stuck. I'm trying to move. Oh. And it's glitching again. Now this I want to be a feature. I want you to be able to walk on the wall's interior. I might scrap that idea though. It might not work as well as I hope. Because the planets are going to be a lot bigger. So big that when you're exploring their caves, you're not going to be able to tell. Now, okay. It seems I've gotten so close to the center that I cannot escape now. Alright, okay. Also, things are combating each other right now. I think I kind of got that working, but things are not polished. If else. Now this for loop runs afterwards, right? For get tree. Planet pulls gravity. I don't actually care about gravity when I'm walking on a wall. So, if is colliding. And now I have to write else here. If I'm not colliding with anything, I'm floating in space. Whoop-de-doo. Now, there's an issue with that, because if I'm colliding with something, but it's not something that I will stick to, it's not a planet or it's not destructible, then there's a problem. It'd be really interesting if I could force it to just run this code despite this if statement being true. Continue, and I don't know if continue does the thing. I don't know what continue does. Not to if some condition is true. Condition met equals true. If condition met. Ugh. Well, I don't know.
What the heck?
Hello, Finland. I can just make a statement. You're a liar. It is absolutely not that time. I don't know what you're on. This is a Boolean. No, it's the exact same time everywhere in the world. Get with the times. Is standing, because that's what I decided to call it for some reason. Break. I need to make is standing equal true. It's initially false. Now if is standing it's true. But nope, false. Then it runs that code. Otherwise it does not run this stuff. Let's see what happens. Oh, well, I can't even. I lose all my control when that happens. Break, well, what I can do, rotation equals that. Oh yeah, well it needs to do that. There we go. Now what I need is the code here. Now it doesn't care if I'm pressing shift. Copy. Uh-oh. Velocity plus equals that. Rotated, rotation, vector 2. Now, x. I don't actually want it to take direction y. Instead, it changes its functionality. This is going to be 0. If is direction, not y, equals 1. One. Hold up. Do I normalize that? No, I normalize it here. Great. Direction doesn't get normalized until that, so it's just gonna be either 0, -1, or 1. So if it equals 1, no, wait a second. -1. Direction equals -1. W is -1. I need to do this. I can copy this code here. Now I don't care about direction X, and this is plus equals, so it won't affect it. This is what I care about. This adds speed. Wrong. I just wanted to add 110. Normalized rotated rotation. That should be it. Well, let's see what happens. And I'm alone in space. Uh-oh. I don't know why the collision normal is like that. I think what I'm gonna have to do, the problem, I think, it's not because I'm an idiot or anything. It's because of this. Because it's clipping this edge here and then it messes up a lot of stuff. I'm assuming. And I can assume things if I want. I'm gonna use a raycast. Raycast. I think I've done something like this before. And I think I went through the same old process. Get a raycast here. And it's extending right there. What I think I also want to do is check. Nah. Make this equal to 6. So we can suck to it. That's what I need. Raycast. And this will be called feet. Boom. Now, collision mask. Gotta detect those bodies hit from inside. Yeah. I guess. From inside. Yeah. Sure. I don't think that'll change a thing. No. Exclude parent. Yeah. It doesn't change a thing either. Now, I've got this guy. You are not a shapecast. You are a raycast. Raycast. 2D. Feet. Get collider. Index. I don't need the index now because it only collides with one thing. Feet that could get collision count now. Okay, that doesn't exist. So I do have to switch up my code a little bit. Documentation. It only collides with one thing. Get collider. Boom. So I don't need to get collision count. I don't need to break anymore. I can unindent all of that. It's 2. Get collision point. Get collision normal. Which I think exists. planet right here. Now. Oh. So now, at the moment, my rotation rotates towards the planet, but uh-oh, issue collision normal is messed up. I can't trust anyone. See it in my eyes. So it was me the whole time. Falling away, can't buy back time. Collision normal. I think the issue is that a lot of the points are, it looks like it's nice and spherical, but it's not. A lot of the points are scattered in weird ways. I don't know how to adjust for that. I think what I can do instead is get the direction to that point. So I don't think I'll need that either. Feet dot global position that direction to returns a vector 2. Okay, maybe I will need angle. Feet direction to point dot angle. Oh, wait a second. Angle 2. Not direction 2. I think angle 2. Angle to point. Point. Returns the angle between the connecting 2 points. Theta angle to point B. Yeah. Nice. So rotation equals that. Now I think I have to adjust it. We'll see. I'll have to. I don't know why I started moving. Oh. Stop. Come on. Alright, let's see where you pull me. Like that. So I need to subtract. Angle to point minus pi over 2. don't understand what he's doing. Oh, well, that didn't look right. What? Rotation, bring it to feet, a global position, angle to point. I'm getting its global position. Angle to point, get collision points. That returns it in global, I believe. In the global coordinate system. Yeah, okay. Is in group planet. R point equals angle to point. Which is constantly changing as you manually rotate. Well, it rotates based off of this, and then the point changes, but I don't think that would make it jitter. It would just slow down the rotation, right? Oh. But I don't get sucked to the point. That's one thing. That's what I need to do. I need to get sucked to the point. So, rotation, sure, that can do that. But, velocity. Why do we have that normalized? Velocity plus equals vector of 2 direction. What? Why do I have this normalized? Oh, that's why. Well, I've got to multiply it. Okay, direction times speed. Direction times speed. This is the same thing. Normalized? Sure. I'm confused on my own code. Shouldn't I? What is speed? What is speed? What have I set speed to being? 1 is just 1. makes no difference. I did that so that way I could change it. Sure, but it's normalized anyways, and they're using the same thing, so it's gonna not change, right? Speed. When is speed used? Speed is used there. Speed is used there. Nowhere else. What happens if I make speed 100? It didn't change a thing. Okay. That's because I'm a stupid. Now, what if I change the code? I can't even find it. Here we go. This is stupid. Normalizing it makes sense. Not this one though. Direction.x normalized. It not normalized rotation. Remove that, sure. Normalized. Remove that. Velocity plus equals. What am I doing? If direction. Oh yeah, that's for jumping, which I should change. Rotated rotation. Now normalizing it here makes sense. I want to get the direction. But multiplying by speed in there does not make sense. Multiplying by speed out here is where I do it. I should also multiply stuff like that by delta, but I'm not doing that just yet. I can adjust later. Rotation, velocity, that's probably fine. Now I'm gonna zoom across the universe. Meow. And glitch about. Oh boy, that glitched. And that's not good. What's wrong with my chunk system? I get to the center of a planet, but I'm still able to escape. Alright. I can go back to 1, and let's see how I control. Seems very floaty and annoying now. But that's what it's supposed to be. Now where was I? Velocity. It's probably right here. And I'm trying to suck myself to that point where I need to. Velocity. I need to go in the direction. Angle to point. No, I need to go in the direction. Equals 2. What did I type in before? It was distance 2. No, it wasn't distance 2. What was I typing in before? Angle to point. Angle to distance to direction to normalized vector pointing from this vector to. All right. Oh. That's gonna really, I want the feet. So I don't want my global position. I want it to be feet dot global position direction 2. Go in that direction. Direction 2 quality, which is a vector 2. Point. Is it as simple as that? No, probably not. But we will see. How ugly and disgusting that is. Minus pi over 2. Let's see if that changes anything. Minus pi over 2, because the moments where it got floaty, there should be a planet down here. There's a planet right there. I don't know. Rotation. Angle to point. Oh, there we go. Rotation equals lerp f. Rotation feet global position angle to point. I read that, but I wasn't even paying attention. What does it mean? Rotates to in the direction of that. Feet global position. Sure. Angle to point. So it's gonna go. Wait. No. No. Honestly. Rotation. doesn't do anything. My rotation already equals that. Well, it equals that minus pi over 2. I wanted to snap to it. But as velocity goes in that direction, so that will snap to it. But the problem is when I move there, it doesn't, it changes the position of the point. Because my guy isn't rotating towards any particular spot. That's a problem. I don't know what I should do about it. Make him stand upright. It'd be nice to be able to use normal, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make that work because the way the planets are generated in chunks and then they get cut up to make the shape of a planet. Which means I think they end up having a lot of points on them, and because of the fact that they're well, chunks, they have points identical to each other, and I don't see when I clip a corner what happens. I don't know. It'd be nice if they kind of melded together functionally. Seems maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. And anyways, because some of them, they get rounded into, the outer ones get rounded into the shape of a circle. So there's a bunch of points on them. Even though it looks like a circle, it's that there's a bunch of points on them. And so the normal can get messed up. Can get messy. And I don't like that. But how do I solve for this? I don't know. I mean, just walking on the surface, all I can do is get you to rotate towards the center of the planet, but then what happens when you start exploring the planet? I want you to be able to walk on walls and ignore gravity when you're doing so. Because otherwise, exploring a planet is gonna be tough and annoying, I think. Let me try normal again. Maybe normal will work. Now that I've modified other things. Rotate to the normal. How'd I do it again? think what I had to do is add pi over 2, but we'll see what that does. It seems fine right now, but then I clipped something and it bounced me off. Really funny, and now it's kind of sucking me. And my guy is having a hard time walking. And then it clips. I think that's an issue because then there's a couple points here, and then the normal is weird. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna first make this thing bigger. Explosion. All right. Fade from all it was before. We shut another door, but not a last goodbye. Fate is taken once again. Fight will never win. And time again we try. Let's make it this size here. That looks nice. Pretty big. And much bigger. Got bigger holes. If I spawn correctly. You know what? I'm spawning right here. I think. I forget the chunk size. What is it? I think. If I just bring myself like right here, maybe I'll be safer. It's a bumpy road. Know what? Funny thing, maybe I can do to make it smoother. Alright, so there's that. Normal. Then when it's at an angle, it's I want to hover. Thought maybe I could make myself hover right over it. right over the terrain so that way it doesn't get all messy, but I don't think that's gonna work either. Collision normal dot angle. What's the collision normal is that? Need to rotate that. Oh, but wait a second. It's based off of those. Those points, so it doesn't matter if it's rotated. I need to rotate all the points in there, and I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I don't want to do that. So if I go here. Okay. I bring it the wrong direction. This guy goes down. Hmm. Oh man, this is bad. Oh, come on. Give me some control. Nah. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Now. Well, one thing here. What do I do? Chunk. It's in the chunk script. -1. Yeah. Do 4. Smooth things out a little bit.
Woo.
Hmm. No, it's chunks. I was thinking if I could take the nearby points and draw a line, and then take the normal perpendicular to balance out myself, set my rotation, but that's not gonna work because they're chunks, they're blocks. The nearest points are all around the corner. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. This is tough. I don't wanna wait till now. My mind's feeling tactical, make it alright. Easier said than done, no place to hide, and having no place to run. Oh, I've been sitting here a while. I'll be right back. But I gotta hit the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. For the audience of no one. And I'm still confused. Wouldn't you know, after all that time, still haven't solved the problem. I don't think I'm solving it today. I did that. This is slow. My mind is blank. I keep on trying to solve it in my mind using the same methods. I can't think of anything new. Well. Seeing that I can't really do anything now, I'm gonna call it. Call it good. So bye-bye for now. I'll be back tomorrow, probably. If anyone is still watching. That's not right. Here we go.